Welcome students to this week's lesson on EAS 308, Inspection and Supervision. In our previous lesson, we considered the concept of inspection and supervision. 3 types of inspection and the historical development of school inspection in Nigeria. We also looked into the functional areas of inspection. In today's lesson, we are going to study the importance of supervision. 2. Principles guiding effective supervision. 3. Models of supervision. 1. The importance of supervision. There are so many reasons why we carry out supervision in schools. 1. Supervision helps in designing or redesigning curriculum materials, which is the major function of school inspection. It helps us in designing and redesigning of school curriculum. Through supervision, we come to see the need, if there are need, for redesigning our curriculum. Through this visit of supervision, one can come in contact with reasons why the existing curriculum needed to be amended. Number 2, supervision helps us in carrying an orientation of staff members by providing them with basic professional information. By this we mean that through supervision, we can organize or find out if members need an orientation or in-service training which can help them in their professional development. Number 3, supervision helps us in arranging for supporting service, that is in-training service, which can help the teachers to ensure that they receive adequate guidance in performing their role as teachers. Through supervision, we can gather information or make available resources that are required in carrying out effective instruction in schools. Supervision helps us in providing a free flow of information on matters of instruction and make it to public. Through supervision, one can organize instruction by making arrangements to ensure that both human and material resources are properly coordinated. It also helps us in ensuring the availability of teachers in their adequate number. The second instructional objective is principles that can guide effective supervision. Number 1 is principle of cooperation. The supervisor is engaged to see beyond the present performance of the teachers. For instance, when a supervisor meets a student in a teacher, you don't judge this teacher based on the present situation. There may be need for cooperation with the teacher, giving the teacher the time. So this principle enhances articulation and integration, which can help you to offer adequate suggestion and guidance to the teacher. A supervisor needs not to be rigid, and that is the principle of flexibility. A supervisor needs to be flexible. He needs not to be rigid. He needs to ensure that to listen to the teacher to make sure he hears the part of the teacher. A supervisor, another principle is a principle of democracy, and an effective supervisor section is not likely to be the type that does not give a listening ear to the teacher. The supervisor needs to be democratic. He needs to accommodate the teachers. He needs to give them opportunity to air their view and to make impact and suggestion. These three principles are very important in carrying out effective supervision. We go over to the third instructional objective, which is the models of supervision. We have 4 basic models of supervision. We have 4 basic models of supervision. We have the skill training model. We have the clinical model. We also have the scientific model and the group model. When we talk about model, we mean the structures in which supervision can be based. Supervision can be based on skill training model. In this, if the essence of the supervision is on skill, then for that supervision to be done, there is need to go with teachers, supervisors that are very comfortable, that are very, very grounded in the skills which needed to be transferred to the teachers. So if supervision is based on skill, there is need to involve teachers, supervisors who are embedded with the knowledge of skills, so that these skills can be transferred to the teachers to enable instruction be done appropriately. We have the group training model. This group training model are those that believe that training or supervision cannot be done alone. There is need for group supervision. In this group supervision, they believe that 2 good heads are better than 1, in the sense that if they go in group, they will perform better. And so their argument, the structure by which this particular model works, is that supervisors can perform better and teachers can do well as well if they are paired, if they go in group. We have the third group, which is considered as the clinical group. In clinical group supervision model, they believe that a supervision could be done in a clinical form. This one got its name from the clinical or the hospital diagnosis method. In this case, it involves the group of either a group or a supervisor with a teacher. This type of model believes that an anomaly or a method which a teacher finds it difficult to acquire, to learn, can be translated to the teacher on one-on-one basis. This type of model believes that teachers can do this work better if there is a close guidance, if there is a close relationship, if teachers can be approached on individual basis. So information is better transferred in a clinical way. You can ascertain the problem in which a teacher is having by close relationship or close investigation. Then we have the scientific group. The scientific model believes that supervision can be better done in a scientific way. By this I mean to say that you can give questions to students, you can assess the performance of the teacher through the students' performance. Coming into a class, give a question, either by assessing the student either by computer or paper and pen, we can deduce the level of teachers' performance. So this kind of model believe that supervision will be better done if teachers are being assessed using scientific models. In scientific model, it can be done through paper and pen examination, or oral or observation, or questions. It can also be done through computer-based assessment. Welcome. In summary, we considered the importance of supervision. Supervision is a major aspect of school system. Without supervision, schools may not be able to function well. Through supervision, amendments and changes can be done in the curriculum and other aspects of the school management. Supervision helps the administrators, it helps the teachers, likewise the students, to do their work effectively. Then we also considered the ways we can carry out supervision effectively. We consider 3 major ways that a supervisor must not be rigid. We said a supervisor needs to be flexible. Supervisors need to be flexible. We also said that a supervisor needs to cooperate with the teachers in order to find the state of things. So cooperation is a major factor in school supervision. Then the last one and the third one is democratic. A supervisor needs to be democratic in order to carry out effective supervision. If a supervisor is not democratic, he will not be able to achieve his purpose. If a supervisor is autocratic, he may not be able to get much information from the teachers. Thank you for listening. You are welcome. I remain your facilitator, Associate Professor Nkechi Njoku. Bye.